Hello, everybody, and welcome to HEX Stakes Crypto's Babu Show. Today, we have a packed stream for you. We're going to talk about three major topics about safety, about our US road trip, and of course, like we always do, about the price, right? So let's start, Patrick.
Yes, also hello from my side, everybody out there. Hope you're doing fine. And let's start with a summary of how to be safe on the crypto market. So, generally speaking, most of the hacks, so not with the E, so with the A and CK, uh, they happen because users are unaware of something and they click the wrong things and they insert their private keys in the wrong pages, and that's how most uh, of the scammers get access to your wallets. So how to prevent that? To prevent that, only be on the official sites. Maybe use a unique address for hex and the hex staking. Also, some of the users who got their hex stolen, basically, they used a lot of different projects as well with the same MetaMask address, and you shouldn't create a long-term staking account and do like other totally new blockchain games as well. And one thing users get scammed is if they don't download like a wrong software. Other ways is when they get private message, those so-called phishing attacks. And the third thing, what we are looking into today with the screen sharing, is that sometimes people give allowance to the wrong contracts.
Patrick, I think it's really important to understand that most of the time when things like this happen, it's the user that did something wrong. Like you said, maybe somebody clicked on a wrong Uniswap IO link, which were with a wrong I, Russian I or something like this. Or somebody, like you said, texts you, hey, I'm a ledger support. Go here and do this and this and this to solve your problem. And if you ever type your seed phrase anywhere, make sure you get it from an original source.
Exactly. So always go when you have a new laptop, let's say, not with the Google search, go always to metamask.io and check if the creator matches the right one. And yeah, if you want to just go with Hex and just make a long-term staking ladder, you can do everything you need to do. Then you have a long-term staking ladder. So in years, there is nothing to do with this account. And then you can look, good, here is my piece of paper with my 12 MetaMask words on it. I can now delete everything. I just need to take care of those 12 pieces of paper. And yeah.
And then what is really important to understand in crypto, whenever you do a transaction, you have to sign this transaction with your keys. So what you could do, and what I love to do, is to delete your seed phrase from your computer, from your ledger. So you just know, even though anything gets stolen, anything burns down or whatever, your funds will never be stolen because they're in a safe place somewhere in the world, right?
Exactly. And even with the safe place somewhere in the world, you can also do 6 words on one page and store it there, and 6 words on the other page and store it there. Just generally speaking, I'm unaware of a single case where somebody robbed someone else who had only like their words on a piece of paper, and that the robbers took this piece of paper and robbed all his cryptos like on the next day or in the same night as well. So
yeah, and those are all those things which like attack most of the people. Like normally we have noobs that do not know the blockchain really well, and then they fall for those scammers, then they fall for those wrong links. And really rarely we have it that somebody gets hacked directly on the computer. But there are also ways that people could do that. What kinds of things are they where people
you
could hack?
can download your, or you could have downloaded a mal software like before you even go with crypto, and this mal software in the background is like sending each and everything you put into your keyboard uh, to another guy, to the guy who wrote this game software. Yeah, and
this is why it's so important to never copy and paste. Copy and paste with seed phrases, for example. This is horrible because there is malware out there that like tracks the keyboard touches that you do. So never do that. Also, never do a screenshot of your screen of your seed phrases. Right? I see people doing that all the time, and then when I onboard
like always
them,
the
I
same,
have to stop them.
Yeah.
Write it down on a piece of paper. Do it the analog way, the old-fashioned way. It's the safest way around.
Yeah, because each and everybody I spoke with has documents in his ownership which never got burned down or stolen or lost in the last decades. So that might be a good place to store a piece of paper with some words on it as well.
And those are the most important things, the 12 or 24 words. In our community, we had the discussion, is the MetaMask safe or more? Is the ledger safe, the Trezor, the hardware wallet against the cold wallet, right? So I think when you delete your seed phrases, I think both wallets work just fine.
Exactly. And also like the StakeApp wallet, even if it's not a hardware wallet, is a pretty safe thing, because there you have the opportunity to contact a support team, and usually it within an hour or something like that your phone got stolen, and you just need to send them an email. They can delete the user interface for the time being, and then you communicate again, and then okay. And also in the StakeApp, there is no private key in the background. You just create it once, and then you have all the features of the app linked with this email you gave them for the sign-in, and never ever there will be those 24 words shown to you again. And to prove yourself that those 24 words are correct, you need to write it down at first, and then you need to type them in, and even in a better way than with MetaMask, because with MetaMask you just need to click them. So if there is missing a E in the end, or if you wrote a C but it is an E, or like all those kind of little errors which can happen by writing down the things, StakeApp takes better care of that, because you need to re-enter by writing each and every word down, and you see in the app 1 of 24 valid words, 2 of 24 valid words, and so on. And by doing that, you already checked if your 24 words are correct. But if you want to be even safer, you can do this with MetaMask, with hardware wallets, or with the StakeApp wallet. When the wallet creation is finished, you can delete everything, download it again, and re-enter your new words. Always take care that you are on the right sources. So with the hardware wallet, I do recommend that. With the StakeApp wallet, I do recommend that. With the MetaMask wallet, I only do recommend that if you type it in and don't make a Google search with MetaMask.
Exactly. I was just about to tell that story, because I already see the people that they say, oh, I would never click on a wrong link, right? But there are so many people that would like Google MetaMask to download the original MetaMask, and they would click on the first advertisement they see for this MetaMask IO. And those are almost always scams. And people fall for that, unfortunately, because they do not know, they are not educated. And this is why it's so important to watch Richard Hart and the Crypto Sparbook. And I think this is a good time now to tell you to please like and subscribe, and also click the bell, because there's awesome content coming in the future. So Patrick, you also already talked about wrong links, or phishing attacks, like somebody is supposed to be a ledger support or whatever. Mm-hmm. You also talked about somebody can get hacked directly on their computer, which is really, really rare. And what is the third thing you want to show the people right now on the screen share?
Exactly. Then you can also check your MetaMask, like which sites you are allowed or connected to. And there is even a second step where you can look which allowances you gave different kinds of contracts. And yeah, I would say let's have a look on that and bring on the screen share. So first of all, let's check what we have connected in our MetaMask. Just pull up the MetaMask, put in your your password. I already did that. That's why it's just opening up. And if you go on the 3 points here on the right side, and down there you see connected sites. And if we click that, we see, okay, I have 3 connected sites here. I do trust all 3 of them. It's backuphex.com. I know the developer. It's easehex.com, which is the front end of Uniswap to exchange other cryptos for Hex, or the other way around. And I have go.hex.com, which is the main staking page of Hex. So here at my connections, everything is already clear, everything is fine. I can close that. And now I'm here at the site tac.debstar.io. We will put the link in the chat in a moment. And here you can check it's a token allowance checker. And we just go with connect wallet. We go here to change.
Really slow, bro.
Okay. Connect wallet, then change wallet. Then we click what kind of wallet we have here. Our onboarding account in that case is a MetaMask. And then MetaMask opens up automatically. We choose the account we want to connect. We click on next and we click on connect. Then it's connecting and it's already done. And now we have here check allowances. We just press it. We have here our address again. We have here our address as well. You can also do that with an empty MetaMask and just connect your empty MetaMask and then check the allowances. For example, for your hardware wallet, you can check it first, and then if you see something, I don't want that, then you can directly connect your hardware wallet here with the MetaMask connection, and then because you need to have your hardware wallet connected if you want to make changes here.
Exactly, but on this point, you can also put a Ethereum address of your friend, for example, to check out if they are safe. Just a small, a good thing to do for
exactly,
Hexicans, right?
Yeah. So if you have onboarded a lot of users, you can check their addresses here as well, and then just call them if you see something bad here.
To make changes, obviously, you need the keys.
Exactly, and I have here already something what I don't need anymore. This is like here the ERC20 predicted proxy. No idea what's it. Here at the small arrow, you can check what it is. And we already see it's Polygon-matic. So this is like the ERC bridge contract for the Matic mainnet. And you see here on the page how much allowance you gave them. And you can put back the allowance like to 0, for example. So here, this is the Uniswap version 3, the swap router. This is the V2 router. And I actually have nothing more here connected with this account.
So Patrick, we have somebody in the chat who is saying, Retrotastic is saying, you can also allowance checker from Etherscan for a bit of extra security instead of going to another site. And normally I would like say, yeah, he is right, because if you can, you should always use original sources. But I know in your case, you got this address from a really good developer in the Hex community,
yeah,
right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So this is why we were sure we could do this site here as well, the debstar.io. But Retrotastic, you're absolutely right. If you can, always use Etherscan and the original sources. So what else do we have? So what you did now is to check that there is no other contract that has an allowance to spend your hex, right? How does it happen that sometimes there is a smart contract, you gave an allowance, you don't know why? How does that happen?
So if you connect yourself with 1inch.io, for example, and you typed it in wrong, or you did a Google search, then you might see the original 1inch.io, but you aren't on the original one. And then, like usually, you need to give the contract the permission to spend your crypto in order to do the swap. And by doing that, some people got like a wrong contract and they gave unlimited allowance to this wrong malicious contract and got scammed all the crypto away.
Well, I think it can even happen if you have never clicked on a wrong link. Like, for example, there are a lot of people that do not only invest in Hex, but also all the other chains, all the other coins. And I can imagine if they are in all those shady sites that they got some allowance to give to another coin, and then the hacker has the allowance for this wallet,
Exactly. That's why I'm recommending your staker private key should only be the staker private key where you have your long-term stakes on it. And if you need to do other coins as well in the crypto market, then make yourself a new MetaMask for that. Not only a second account, because it's still the same private key for signing all those transactions. So really a new private key for all the rest, and one private key for the staking account. What you can also do is like create more accounts from the get-go and say, okay, my 10 to 15 year stakes are on this private key. I just do everything, and then I delete everything except of the piece of paper, and I just keep that safe for the next 10 years, and I'm good. And then you take the next address and make like a shorter staking ladder with that, and then you take the next address for short-term play arounds if you want and need to trade.
And Hex is so beautifully designed. Normally, you would not do a lot of transaction with Hex because you stake them out really long, and then you just don't need the keys. And like you said, people can just delete everything from the computer, have the keys on a safe place, and be safe. If you have short-term staking for like 1 year or whatever, then you can do it on another ledger maybe, or so on. We have a great question here from Dilemma. Thanks for asking that. But can you maybe screen share again? And he's saying, I have 2 Uniswap with unlimited. Guessing that's okay, right?
Yeah, so the Uniswap contracts, if they are fucked up, then you're then like a lot of people would be fucked up actually. So you see it. Okay, it's only June 15th. I thought it's earlier. But yes, I also have the router, the V2, and you can check it here, view on Etherscan, and then automatically you see, okay, it's the Uniswap V2 router.
Awesome question. Thanks for asking that.
If you don't need, or if you don't want to have those allowances on your main staking address, there is also always the possibility to make the action, edit the allowance. Just click here and new allowance with 0, set the allowance, then your MetaMask opens up, and then you just sign the new allowance. Right now, I won't recommend doing this because we are at like over 100 Gwei right now. This bad chain is going crazy again, and that's why I would wait for that to just save a few dollars on ETH fees.
Yes, and what you also do, I've seen that before because we did the exact same thing for our German community show to them. Patrick loves to put down the gas fees, right?
Exactly.
How do you do that? Just explain it briefly.
Should I really explain that? That we have had problems because the MetaMask made a nice update, so I need to look into that again, actually.
Yeah, and what you can do also is like go to Etherscan with the gas tracker and check that out. And Patrick is like really, really cheap on those gas fees because he does a lot of transactions. So he just puts it down a little bit more. What would you?
It doesn't work again.
I know sometimes.
So thanks for bringing them up again. Yeah, so
sometimes
you saw that it didn't work. Since the last update, because you have like a minimum and a maximum right now there, and it's not possible to just put it down and then wait a few hours. I always got fade like 5 times.
I'm guessing this is like one problem here, but I think the main user is still going to be able to put it down a little bit, right? What do you think?
I'm not sure. That's why I didn't answer that. I would have answered that 2 weeks ago.
I'm not sure as well. I just know in the past it has always worked like this.
In the past, since this update came from MetaMask,
made it impossible to do that. Oh man, that would screw so many people. That would be disgusting.
Yeah, then you just need to wait until you make your transactions until the Gwei are really down, and then you just go with the suggested gas price. But I really don't know right now what's happening with this thing, because I had a transaction done a few hours ago, and it wasn't through until the evening. Then I tried to do something else in the last German stream. I forgot that this one transaction is not through. Then I messed it up by creating a queue. Then the queue didn't want it to get cancelled, and now I'm really stuck a bit. And thanks for bringing it up, because I don't have the answer to that problem right now.
But this is the great thing. I know already that we will just go into the community, ask some questions, and there will be people that tell us how it really works and how do we fix that problem. There's never been a problem that we were not able to fix yet, right?
Yeah, sure, but I don't like it when you ask me questions I can't answer on screen.
Sorry for that, but that's no problem. We are all human, and even Richard Hart does mistakes sometimes. You know what I love with cryptocurrency? We are talking about security, right? And that people get hacked and everything, but in crypto, you can actually be sovereign with your funds.
Just to explain why the fees are so high here, like it's like a NFT thingy or something like that. What I know.
Yes.
They are spending ETH like crazy. You see, like $2.9 million on ETH used, 16%, and yeah, that's why the fees are like crazy hopping around. And it's still like really disgusting for me that we need over $30 to get in the HEX market.
Yeah, it is really, really disgusting. But all those OpenSea NFT people, they're gonna do their transaction on the post chain. I'm really, really sure about that.
Yeah, I don't care if they do that, because there is no dual fee system, where you need to pay a lot, which gets burned, where you only can pay a little bit for the miners right now. So I don't know what ETH did with this freaking update. We never got under 18 Gwei, like a small dip, not under 20 Gwei in general. The ETH miners are getting less than before. I don't know why nobody says something, because each and every transaction since the update I look, it's like 90 to 100% of burned fees. And maybe that helps the ETH price, but how can it help the ETH price if nobody can build on ETH anymore?
I have also no answer to that. So maybe we ask a question from Max Bennett here. Hey guys, what is the strangest thing you have encountered in America? Let's talk about that in a second, because we're going to talk about our US road trip, right? I just wanted to finish my last sentence. The most thing that I love about crypto in general, not only HEX, is that you can be sovereign with your money. You have your 24 words written down, everything is deleted from your computer, then you are safe. Nobody, not even the government, can take that money from you. And this is what I love. If you do mistakes, though, on the other hand, with you are not really careful on what links you click, on what allowance you set, and so on, then you can lose it. Unfortunately, we have to educate the people, especially the new guys, that things like this does not happen, because it is crazy. We just had an interview partner on our German stream. He was scammed once. He was hacked. So many people got hacked. So this is actually a possibility. It happens to the people. But in HEX, I have the feeling less people get hacked compared to other communities, where they play around, where they do all kind of strange things. When you're in HEX, you're 100% in HEX and staked normally.
Yeah, that's so most people who are just used, or like pretty much all of the people who only used HEX never got hacked, because they know how to deal with their security. They know that they shouldn't play around with this address. And I'm only aware of one Hexican who got hacked because he used an old MetaMask private key, which he stored in the iCloud. And yeah, if you don't store your private key offline, then there is a high possibility that you might get hacked in a time frame of 10 to 15 years.
Saving your seed phrases in a cloud or in the notice block, whatever, like is somewhere in the computer, is a
In the
classical
notes.
in the notes. It's a classical mistake, just as copy pasting a seed phrase or taking shots of your screen of your seed phrase is just classical. People do that all the time, and this is, I think, one of the most things why people lose their things, because they are not safe with their seed phrases.
Yeah.
So I think we talked a lot about safety. Do you have anything else to put on that? Or should we
I don't think so. Do we have any questions in regards to safety from the people? It doesn't look like. So just in general, most of the time, as you know, it's the user's problem. And now I showed you like where you can check the allowances, the connected sites, and please just go with a new wallet if you want to play around more on the market. And if you have everything on one single main account, you can still cancel all connections, cancel all allowances, and then you just create a new wallet, a new MetaMask, for example. And when you want to swap something, you send from your main account to the new account, and there you have the allowances.
Oh, this is also a really good tips you just gave here. What I like to do is to maybe have two computers. This one computer I use for emails, for surfing, and whatsoever, and the other computer I would just use for crypto, maybe staking HEX. This would be a possibility to just be safe, that you have no malicious firmware or whatever.
But still, that way you can still do a allowance to a contract you shouldn't allow.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And if you have everything in your main address, then you can be safe by just creating a new one, sending it what you want to take from the table, for example, send that to this address first. Of course, it also needs not that less of ease as it looks like when I look at the fees. And then you can just do everything with this newly created address.
So Max Bonnet is saying you gotta hand write them down for sure. Yeah, hand write them down on a piece of paper. And I see a lot of people also talking about those metal plates where you put the seed phrase in metal. So even if your house gets burned down, you can at least recover those plates. As a traveler, this is nothing that I can do. I do not want to have a metal plate on me that I could lose or whatever, lose in a crash, or maybe somebody robs me. So I have to find other ways. But this is like really individual. So for some people, this works really, really good. For travelers, not so much. There are so many things in crypto to be safe.
Exactly. And just in general, crypto is like the safest thing what you can store, because in general you could just memorize your seed phrase and only put it into a hardware wallet offline when you need to use it, and besides that, when you're done using it, you can reset the hardware wallet. You just have your words in mind, and that's it. But that might be a bit too much if you have no handwritten copy of your words, because you don't know if you get an accident and then your brain is damaged or something like that, and you cannot remember the words. So it's always good to have at least one handwritten copy somewhere stored safely. And if you're like afraid for a possible fire outbreak, so if you're like living in those forests in California who burn down like each and every year, then you might get another copy somewhere else.
And I think we covered the safety really, really well. I think I would go on to our next big topic, which is the US road trip. And we're going to talk about community also a lot. What I want to do is I want to share screen what I'm looking at. And this is the map we created. This is our 1 to 40 cities we're going to drive to. And here you see it now when I bring it up in a second. So this is pretty much what we do. Like, we are just full-time Hexicans going out and telling people about Hex. And what you see here is our road trip, where we start in Vegas and go all over the country, 40 major cities, 15,000 miles. And in every single location, we have a workshop where we onboard 50 to maybe 200 people. It's going to be insane.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. Soon we will be back in America, and then we will make the last steps for the planning, and then we go ahead.
And the reason why I brought this up, and I think our host Mello will also put in the Telegram link so you can find it exactly this map, is that I want to make a shout out to the community out there, to you guys that are listening right now. And if you see yourself near one of those red dots, maybe you want to help setting something up, because Patrick and I, we could not do this by ourselves. We do not know where are good locations, where are good apartments, and so on. And if you have a good idea for a location, or maybe an apartment where we could build just an area, then hit us up. Please give us some information. And if you even want to be involved even more, this is great. So come into our Telegram chat. We just typed it in here. I will copy and paste it, and then help us planning, because this is going to be an awesome time. And also what you see here are some yellow spots. The yellow spots are just casual meetups. So there are a lot of yellow spots missing here. I want to fill them up everywhere. And we always have some time between those workshops to do those casual meetups. If you want to have a meetup, call us. Give us a call, give us a DM on Telegram, and then we will make something happen.
Exactly. So in the first few spots, there are already some people who are really helpful, who are really helping us out there. So in Vegas, in San Diego, in Los Angeles, San Francisco, Reno, and so on. We are still looking into some help, and also like the things what we have planned in Canada are really going perfect. And then, in each and every city there are living Hexicans, and we get a lot of contribution already for the community. So thanks a lot to all of you out there. I see some of you in the chat as well. A shout out to everybody, and thanks for being a part of all this.
So we will start obviously in Vegas. Our team is in Vegas. The car's going to be in Vegas, and everything is already done in Vegas. Also, the next stop, San Diego. We have the location already. Mitchell, an OG Hexican, reached out to us and told us, hey, here I have this cool place. You guys, you can have it, make your workshop in there. Let's have an awesome time. So this was really great. We have those 2 workshops already set up. Los Angeles is a little bit in the limbo, and from there on we have already a lot of places set up, but there are also some places that we cannot also already need some help from you guys to set up the locations. A lot of those locations are set up by our team in Vegas, and they're going to be in universities. Why is this so great that we have a lot of spaces in universities all around America?
Yeah, because it's the perfect target group. There are young people already interested in digital
in the digital time.
Yeah, in the digital world, and they are already with the lockdowns and so on. A lot of people got into Robinhood or trading and so on, and we would like to go there and show them a way how they can be safer and how they can earn more money by doing less. Just stake it and participate in our proof of weight system.
So this is definitely everything we have planned. We have some locations we told you, and we have a lot of locations at the universities. Another thing that we already have, the things are going really great with that, are the cars. Like the one car, the Q7, which is going to be a Pulse.com car, and the third car, Ford Expedition is it, right?
Yeah.
We're not going to tell you right now what car that's going to be, but it's going to be awesome, I can tell you already. So our idea is next week we'll be in America, right? Like
this week. Yeah.
This week we'll be in America in a couple of days, on Tuesday or Thursday.
Thursday.
I know Thursday we come in, but Tuesday
Wednesday we come in, and Thursday, because tomorrow is Tuesday.
Yes, you got it. Thursday, yeah. We're going to show you our cars, the Q7. Everything is done. We are already, the car is wrapped. It looks beautiful. And we're going to present that to you. And then we have an awesome message to share as well, right?
Sure.
But which we do not do yet. All I can say is there are a lot of Hexicans like reaching out to us and helping us with that. And we thought, now we have to amplify that even more and make the shout out to the community. And when you tune in on Thursday, you will know what we are talking about. So what else do we have here? Oh yeah, Mello just put the link in the chat.
Yeah,
Thanks for that.
the direct link to the map.
Yep. You've already had it, haven't you? I don't know, Hornet UK, what you mean with that.
I guess he is referring to, don't you need, yeah.
Good point, bro. Good point.
It's not a topic for a crypto live stream.
Yes, but you are right. Okay, Anshi says, tell them the danger of Robinhood, etc. Not your keys, not your kinds. You're exactly
We will
right.
educate the people on how to become your own bank, how to be secure and safe on the crypto market, and how you can just put your money to work instead of yourself. Because if you are a trader, I experienced it myself in the past, you have a full-time job. Of course, people are just saying like, yeah, you're just looking at charts and then you like press here and press there. And some, so like 1 out of 1,000 or 10,000 traders is able to really do that, because he has like a running system for him, not a perfect one, because there is no trader with 100% correctness. And when I say trader, I mean a frequent trader. So not like Richard Hart, who makes like 2 to 3 calls a year and all those calls are correct. So I mean like this day trading stuff, this leverage trading stuff.
It will wreck you. Just say it like this. If you trade,
most
you're gonna
of the
be
time,
wrecked.
yeah, most of the time. So every 10,000 people, there is like one successful trader, I would say.
So now everybody is going crazy in the chat. Thanks for you guys for being on here. I hope you have already subscribed and like. What else could we talk about? We talked about security. We talked about our US road trip. You guys definitely have to tune in on Thursday, right? We could go on with the price.
We should go on with the price?
I think so, yes.
Yeah.
Do you have your screen share for that already made up?
I have it?
Can I bring it up or?
Let me see. I guess, yeah, it's here. It's hidden here. Yeah, you can bring it up.
Okay, add to stream. There we are.
So let's go in the bigger time frame at first. Let's see where we came from in the HEX price. Let's see if my internet connection, yeah, here we go. So from January, we were like down below 1 penny. We had this in March as well. From there, we got to 2. We got back to 140 or something. Yeah. And then we had this nice rise up. This was like our time in Mexico. And here the current upwards trend is starting. We have connection here, connection here, connection there, light breakout, but it came up again. And now we are nearly at new all-time high levels. And let's go in the 4-hour chart. No, sorry, I need to explain like my zone down there. This is like from a few weeks ago, when I still thought that we have a faster timeline. What's meant with a faster timeline, that it's like sacrifice phase, and after the sacrifice phase directly we start with the pulse chain, and that's not the case right now. It's not the case because we got some technical issues. Software is always a fight, and yeah, it is what it is.
Well, we can explain it, right? There is this Ethereum update, and now we just have to implement all the code for this update,
Yeah, that's right. So now I can, and that's why I had this zone. It's already like outdated, because now we have a different time window to talk about.
Delete that shit.
Yeah, delete that shit. Let's see. So what is ahead of us is the announcement of the testnet being live and the huge announcement of Pulse Chain in X days. And both of those announcements could bring the HEX price higher, because crypto markets in general tend to go up based on announcements. And if we just have a look, like here we have September, October, we could easily see a breakout here up to the 56 cents. Maybe a dollar. Dollar is hard, but the 56 cents are in reach already. 56 cents. Why I have this weird number here? This would mark the 10,000x of HEX since the lowest price of January 2020, January 5th, 2020. And where we are looking at like in the near short term, like with the announcement of the test nets is here, this zone between 22 and 33 cents. And you also see this sharp upwards trend, which could go even with the announcement that the Pulse chain is live in a few days, up to those 56 cents, I would say. If it's like really, really crazy, maybe the dollar, but the blue line for now is like my highest prediction point.
So the prediction you did
in the short term, yeah.
In the short term, the prediction you just did was in really, really short term. You are talking about 1, 2, or 3 months here, right? There are 2 events going to happen, which is the test net's going to start, and also the push is coming out with all the bridges and everything. So we have 2 announcements with 2 run-ups, we think at least, and who knows what's going to happen after that. I'm so excited. Why we just mentioned is that, guys, we know what is happening. We know exactly what is going on with those events. Do not get weak hands and sell your HEX too early, because this is just short term. The long term of $7 HEX is still in play. We haven't even started our road trip yet. And when we start our road trip, we're going to ride it to $7, bro. This is my thing that I really, really want to do. If I fail on those $7, I'm going to work until I get them.
Yeah, my problem is that we need to stick together. We agreed that until we are at the $7. So guys, better buy HEX now that we are at $7 in March, that we can have a break of the road trip. So I would really appreciate this.
I'm so excited for this road trip, man. We have like one workshop after another. Like this map we created with all the dates, looked like a rock star is going on tour now, and it's just 2 Hexicans doing and having fun and riding the greatest cars in the greatest country that there is, which is USA, right?
USA?
Yes. I think Borat says it like this, so I wanted to try it as well. So RGS is saying $7, I bet. Yes, we're gonna go to $7. I promise you that. Crypto can go higher than we ever imagined. My $7, I expect them to be there at the end of our road trip, and HEX gonna reach $100 one day. Guys, imagine that. This will happen. This is our future. We are all staked for 6.5 years. I am, at least. And the average stake, what, 5.5?
5.8, yeah.
I bet our viewers right now, they're even staked for 10 years, I bet.
Some of those. So, for example, the average stake app user is staked for 9 or 10 years.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So who are using the smart wallet from the stake app.
And why is that? It is because it's a weighted average, right? So somebody who has a lot of financial energy,
that's a straight.
Oh, it's a straight.
Yeah. But the average staker app user got onboarded by HEX OGs, I guess that's why from the get-go they are staking longer on average.
I bet Kareem is that guy who onboarded so many people into long staking.
Yeah, everybody got a dream account. Dream account.
This is the best staking you could do. You know how sad I am in 50 days when my stakes come out. They're already 2 years old. I'm gonna be so sad because I'm gonna lose those t-shirts.
Yeah, but you have a smiley face as well on there, like Joker face or Brave Heart, or what is this?
Brave. I think it's Braveheart. Yeah.
Okay.
You know why I have a smiling face? Because I don't need my HEX right now, and I know how much I need to stake them out a little bit longer to get more t-shirts even.
Yeah. So with this first few year stakes, you can still make them to have more t-shirts if you go like towards the end of your staking.
All I'm saying is that I made mistakes early in the day when I just found HEX. First, I did way too many stakes, and also I did too many short stakes even before big payday. Maybe in like a year after the big payday. Although those stakes are actually not necessary. You should, from the beginning, stake out the next 3 years where you just know you will not sell, because this is how you get rich. People that made like 1,000x, 2,000x in Bitcoin, they sold it because they got weak hands. They did not appreciate the 6 millionx Bitcoin actually did.
Yeah, even like before when we had DJ Cryptomatic on the German stream, he told us that he was back then like in the Bitcoin community, not as an investor, but he knew someone who were like Richard Hart, like mining full Bitcoin blocks on his own devices. And he told us a story like back then in 2012, everybody went like crazy because they sold their Bitcoin at around $10 and then it went up in a short time frame to $60.
Crazy, great. And you know, back then it was probably the first time that something like this raises so many X's. You know, people probably have never seen anything like this before.
That's true, yeah, actually, because crypto is the highest appreciating asset class of all time. So maybe something in the 70s, maybe like over the 2000s with some kinds of stocks, you know, who made like 100x in a short time frame in the .com bubble.
I'm saying I feel those guys that sold $60 a Bitcoin, you know, because if I wasn't being staked, I would already bought my Lambo, my villa, and everything. But because Hex is so beautiful designed,
you wouldn't have the money for that.
It would protect me from myself, you know. I cannot unstake.
You wouldn't have the money for that, actually.
But I could buy at least 50
because
Lambos,
you would have sold that early.
Yeah,
that's what
I
meant.
would.
Yeah?
I would have sold so early you could not imagine, man.
That it would be like a Volkswagen, a used one, and the flat instead of the villa.
Now I see what you're saying, and you're totally right. Even before the big first 666D whale pump, you know, the first
the 18th of April.
I actually sold some Hex to kill all my debt I had. You know, I had a lot of debt for a lot of companies. I did not pay them, so I did that. And from that on, I never sold any Hex and just accumulate more by staking. Hey, I have a really good question here. Oh no, it's a statement from RGS. I want to say. He is saying Kareem was the 5555 maximalist. Patrick, you and I became 5555 maximalists as well, right? The only stakes
after we created our staking ladder.
Of course,
I need to say that.
But, go from the beginning. Like explain the staking ladder, and now explain like why are we only doing 15-year stakes?
Exactly. So in the first place, you accumulate your Hex, and then you are your own bank. So only you decide how much Hex for how long. And I like to have kind of a flexibility in my own bank. So from the get-go, I decided, okay, I don't want to stake all my Hex, to be flexible enough with some of my Hex as well. And the rest of my Hex I staked in a ladder. So from time to time, you can choose the time frames in between. Let's say now for the example, each and every year, you get your stake out at your birthday, for example. So you got your Hex back, you took nearly everything, not everything, and divided by 15, and then you made like the straight staking ladder. And from there on, in a year, you can come back and say, okay, I want. So always when you say you want to take something from the table, you have this little part unstaked. So this is like accessible each and always and all the time. So you're not locked up, and something like that. You choose, you are your own bank. And when your first stake comes out, you can choose again, okay, how much do I need of that amount of money right now? Let's say you need 20%, you take the 20%, but the 80% you stake until the end of your staking ladder. So again, for 15 years or even like for 5555.
And so you know why it's so important to stake for 15 years compared to only 10 years. Go to our Crypto Spabo YouTube channel, and there you find a video which is called The Power of T-shirts. And there we explain everything about T-shirts and why it's so beneficial to stake for 15 years. And like Patrick said, you have your staking ladder ready, and now the only stakes you're doing is 15 years. And this means that every stake that you in the future will end stake will have the maximum amount of interest, gathered.
Yeah. I need to make a statement to one of our followers, to Hornet UK1. I guess you should concentrate more on getting the Hex, getting the T-shirts, instead of focusing on other problems the world has right now, and focus on crypto taxes. Because your last question were, do you have no tax on crypto in Germany? And usually people are having a tax bias, so-called, and try, guys, to make the mad gains first, and then we will figure out something how to deal with the taxes. And I, for example, I never paid a single euro in Germany because I'm not a German citizen, and I'm Austrian, and he is the German one. And right now we internationalized ourselves, or we are just like
Renounce, right? That's the word.
yeah, that's
Yep.
the word. Okay.
What Patrick is saying, that a lot of people have this tax bias. They're afraid of transactions because they think they're going to be taxed a huge amount of money in the future. And maybe this is correct, but if you do not do a transaction on the blockchain, you cannot get rich. So what we are saying is, do what you need to do, buy HEX, stake HEX, and do your transaction, get rich first, and then you can decide what to do with your accountant and your taxes in the future.
The last comment I also like, just make a 5555 stake every year, then in 15.2 years, restake for 5555. You can do that as well. But maybe if you're already like watching our stream, so you're not a little baby, then this might not be the strategy for you. But for example, if you're a family father and your child gets bored, why not make a 5555 stake, and each and every year you do another 5555 stake, and then when your child is 15 and a bit, then you can take it out each and every year. And I guess your child will love you for doing that and for seeing that in like 15 years before.
And I also want to mention the last thing about crypto, about taxes and Germany, because I just see it all the time. Hornet UK one is saying, do you have no taxes on crypto in Germany? And normally I would say, yes, this is right. We do not have taxes in crypto if you hold it longer than 1 year. So if you hold your Bitcoin, for example, with this coin, you cannot do anything, right? You do not earn interest. You cannot put it in a smart contract and anything. You just hold it. Then all your gains in the future when you sell are tax-free. But because HEX is a coin where you stake, where you earn interest out of your capital, the German government hates innovation. And that's why they make laws that make it impossible for you to have your HEX tax-free. And this is why Patrick and I, even though he's from Austria, really needed to leave this government, because they're gonna rip the money out of you like crazy. And today we have the possibilities to travel all over around the world. I don't even want to be in Germany. It's lame for me. I'd rather be in America.
Yeah, I also rather be like a tourist of the world, just traveling around, and it's just a better way of life and a better lifestyle for me. I always wanted to be somewhere else and not like just only in one country, and I'm enjoying myself a lot by just going from country to country, be there a few weeks to a few months, and just enjoy the lifestyle as a full-time Hexican, and talk as much about Hex and Pulse as possible.
Oh, this is amazing. This is my life now. I cannot imagine, like 1.5 years ago, it was like totally different. Now I can do whatever I want, and all I want to do is have fun with Hexicans. It's crazy. Thanks for Hornet UK. RCS is here. Jay, we have David Morales. He's gonna help us in Miami.
In Miami,
right?
yeah.
Oh man, I cannot wait to see all of you guys in real life in the future and have like awesome connections, awesome parties. The world is now ours, guys. We can do whatever we want, and $7 is coming, man.
$7 is coming for sure. Yeah, maybe only $3.50, but we will make it count as 7. If Hex reaches parity between the two blockchains after the fork with $3.50, we are fine.
Isn't this freaking great? We're gonna have a big payday again. When the big payday happened, we said it's not gonna happen ever again. But now we have a big payday ever again, because you have
exactly
you have the same coins twice.
In the last 9 months, people were always like asking, "Is there a second big payday?" And we, no, only once. Yeah. Now you can say there is another second big payday with the fork to the Pulse Chain network, and then it will be like a win-win big payday, because it will also like a big day for the Pulse Chain, and that we can transact on a good chain again, like it was 1.5 years ago with the East chain. But it was And since last year, more or less exactly last year, so it was the month of August when the fees started to get crazy, and from there September, October they came down a bit, but since then it's just a nightmare.
So Hex Monkey is saying, so inspirational. You two are awesome. Thanks, Hex Monkey, for being here, for supporting us. I hope everybody has clicked on like already and subscribed also. And then if you're doing all that, click the bell as well, because in America we have YouTube content all over the place, sometimes in the morning, sometimes late at night. So you want to be notified when we're live, right? What is one of the live streams we're going to do in the future with the US road trip?
So what I'm looking into is so-called drive streams. So if the internet connection will make it possible, we would like to do a drive stream, so a live stream while driving our cars during one point to the next point. So I guess sometimes we will have internet connection issues, sometimes it will work good, and what we want to do is like just have some people on the drive stream, so if our connection fails, then you can take over, guys, and so on, so we can have fun during driving between the points.
So normally the Crypto Sparbuch is focusing on education, right? This is what we do. But in US, I think we're going to have another agenda. I think those drive streams are going to be more fun, And
so for the Crypto Sparbuch streams, we said, okay, it's really important that we still educate the German-speaking community, and we will continue to do that. But as far as English educational content goes, there are so good and so much streamers already in the English language, because this community is just awesome. And every few months, a really new smart one joins the show, and it's just cool for us to see. And that's why we decided, okay, we can still do some educational stuff on this drive streams and so on, but let's focus in the English question, in the English part of our YouTube channel, on the Hexican lifestyle, on like how to promote Hex and Pulse, and like just how to show off,
how to have fun in life, and how to be not overwhelmed with all the money you're earning with Hex. Because look, this sudden wealth syndrome that Maddie is talking, actually it is happening to me right now. Since Vegas, I feel like I am changing my behavior, I'm changing my personality. It's not always for good, it's often for but it's gonna happen to you too, I promise that. And I want to show the people, man, what is going on when you have a lot of money suddenly, because this is gonna be one of our topics. Okay, what do we have here? You guys, if you have any questions, put them in the chat right now, because this is probably not gonna go too long anymore.
Exactly. So what we can announce as well is on Thursday again. So Thursday, American time in the evening. So West Coast at 6 p.m., East Coast at 9 p.m. We will do the next live stream. So in a couple of days, where we have... Should we say who we have on the live stream?
No, you didn't say it in the German community, so I don't want to say it now.
Okay, we will have...
All I say is, look,
interview guests.
Crypto Sparbuch always has the most amazing guests, and we are talking about technical stuff. And this guy normally never shows up at any streams, but this time we got him.
Okay.
So tune in on Thursday. So we have RGS saying, hope the German speakers are getting into it too a lot. Man, our German community is crazy cool. I love them. Patrick is involved with them on Telegram a lot and educating them. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Sick Hex is saying, hello, my German brothers. Can't wait for Oktoberfest in STL. I don't know what STL means, but I know Oktoberfest is the most beautiful fest you can attend. People are just coming together, drinking beer all day and celebrating alcohol. How awesome is that? This is in my DNA, This is what we do in Germany.
Richard would punch you right now, and celebrating alcohol.
But alcohol and beer is in our culture.
It's in our culture, definitely, yeah. And I don't think that I dislike to drink beer.
Okay,
St.
St.
Louis
Louis in
is
St.
it?
Louis, and we're
Okay.
gonna be in St. Louis. So yeah, if there's gonna be an Oktoberfest, aren't we in St. Louis in around October?
Yes, I guess that's why he's saying that.
Bro, if we're gonna go to Oktoberfest, we're gonna do it right. We will get the whole thing, like the correct shirts, the lederhosen, and everything. Okay, let's meet up and find a store we can buy all those Trachten
So you
shit.
okay? So you think there is a Oktoberfest
Oh,
happening?
100%. If they have a big Oktoberfest.
Oh, yeah.
And also, we're in America, you can send everything there.
We have met Richard, like you have as well, on his live streams.
Online, yes. And sometimes we have even communicated with him. And even sometimes we
He
do
gave
stuff
us a
and he
shout-out,
gives us a shout out, which is amazing. This is like the most amazing thing that I can receive, a shout out from my mentor, Richard Hart. Richard, thanks for everything you're doing and keep on the great work.
Yeah, keep on sitting in your throne and doing nothing all day. It works great.
Yeah, even
Just buying watches.
like he said, if he is on stream, he cannot
Not sit
innovate.
around and do nothing. Yeah.
If he is on stream, he cannot innovate crypto, and I want him to innovate. I want him to build Pulse Chain. I want it today.
Yeah, actually, we need it today. If you look at this crazy feast,
Actually,
there,
Richard,
it's still a $30 or even more to get into the HEX market, which is disgusting.
I think Richard is already behind. He should work harder, man. He should work harder.
It's $50 right now to get into the HEX market. We need Pulse Chain.
This is a crazy thing. We want to onboard so many people. Like I have this side project here where I give out 10,000 business cards in 1 month, and I'm gonna do that every month for the rest of whatever. And we all just need eyeballs. We have all the YouTubers that do live streams. They're getting so many eyeballs, and they're onboarding. But what is happening because of all the gas fees? Like the miners are taking their shares.
Yeah, and I don't know, like what happened with this EIP 1559 upgrade, because it's not like the miners taking the share right now. Right now, this chain is becoming something even more ridiculous or senseless. You know, when I look at the transaction hashes, between 90 and 100% of each and every transaction fee is burned, and the miner only gets like this little bit. So without this upgrades or updates, because it was not really an upgrade in my point of view, the fees never go down under 20, or like a few minutes. I saw like 18 Gwei on the last weekend, and miners are not getting a lot of that since the update. So what is the point? I mean, maybe the point is, yeah, because we are going to proof of stake, yeah, where everybody gives up their keys and then they get hacked and so on. So maybe that's the background of it, but I'm not sure. So I don't see like any good thing behind this London fork Ethereum head.
Me neither. So RGS is saying it's going to be worse and worse as Ethereum gets more expensive.
Yeah, let's see if Ethereum will get more expensive. I also see that we are like in the back to normal phase, and that it's right now is a good time to sell ETH, especially if you want to go into HEX.
Well, you make a good point here. We are going to back to normal phase, which is like a low Ethereum price, but all the way going down.
No, the back to normal phase is like in markets when you reach the top, then you reach a dip, and then you go up again. This is the back to normal phase, and then you have the real bear market coming.
I wanted to talk about is when the people are like selling, and everything is falling down. This is not gonna fix the Ethereum gas fees, because then they're high as well. All it's making the Ethereum gas fees so high is
after everybody's sold, then the fees will be recovered, because then there is nobody who wants to do a transaction anymore because everybody's sold already.
So now I see Hornet UK. I do not understand what PHEX is, because there's not such thing as PHEX. There's only HEX and EHEX, you know, and we are on the superior blockchain, and this is why I think we should choose how we call it.
Yeah, so we don't have any P prefixes. There is HEX on the ETH chain, HEX on the Pulse chain. There is bridged HEX from the ETH chain to the Pulse chain, on the Pulse chain that's called HEX, and there might be, but I don't know the reason why, but it will come because somebody can do it. There will be HEX from the Pulse chain bridged to the ETH chain, and this bridged HEX might be called PHEX. We can also call it wrapped HEX actually, and then we would have no PHEX. But yeah, HEX on the Pulse chain and HEX on the ETH chain.
Yeah, this is how we call it. HEX, HEX, HEX. There's no PHEX or something like this. Crypto Learner is also in the house, one of our favorite German guys. You know, guys, nobody knows that, but Crypto Learner was the first YouTuber in Germany who talked about HEX. It did even start before us. Yeah. This was pretty amazing.
It was like in the first few weeks he did the first videos. No, what I know, yeah.
So he's saying, I bet this one site that nobody needs to know will name it PHEX just for the lulz. Yeah, maybe. Who knows? Who cares what they're doing?
I don't think that CoinMarketCap won't put any of the forked coins on their site. Not even one of them. Oh, if they will gatekeep the whole thing from the get-go.
And this is so great. This is why I know they will disappear in the future. Who cares about a product that does not show you the real blockchain informations? You know, crazy. How do they even still exist? I don't know. So yeah, Crypto Learner is saying 17th of December. Crazy.
Nice. So like 2 weeks after start.
So do we have something else, guys? If you have a question, now is your time. RGS is saying, I agree, they won't even show it. Another time when I'm prepared.
Yeah, the background of us asked Crypto Learner if he wants to come on the live show. But okay. I guess we will do another live stream together with you during our road trip, for example. So you can be a guest on one of the drive streams, for example.
Yeah, and the thing is with those drive streams, like Patrick said before, we need guests because Patrick and I will lose the internet connection all the time, and then we need a host who is sitting there, maybe talking to the chat, maybe explaining anything else. So we will always need you guys, you Hexicans, to be hosts in our chat. If you want to do that, hey, just call us up. If you want to be involved, give us a message on Telegram. I think we can put even the link into the chat again. Mello will take care of that.
Exactly. So what have we here? Are the hot dogs better in the US? Hot dogs. We don't have so much hot dogs. We have like wurst, currywurst, and sausages. Like we have the sausages, but the rest is not. Yeah, so like in Germany, no in Austria.
When we were in Miami, for example, we had a barbecue grill, and we wanted to buy sausages because this is what we grill. You know, when we do barbecue, we Germans and Austrians, and we couldn't find any good sausages in the supermarket here in America.
So yeah, I mean, okay, we were like at one supermarket, so don't treat it like that. There are like every 3, 4, 5 different chains, and we were like in one. They don't have it, so we just bought steaks.
But the thing is, just the normal supermarket is so gigantic in America. For me, it looks like a Walmart, you know? So there's so many products everywhere. So what else is there to talk about? Johnny Chaos is in the chat. No, is that? Yeah, no. Chaotic Creations FX. This is
here is Johnny Chaos. Yeah.
And we will be at Johnny Chaos store, and I don't know what time it is. It's one of the yellow spots near Chicago. This is gonna be awesome. Normally he does not open for the open public, but because we are Hexicans, he's gonna.
Are we the open public? We are like more than the open public.
He's doing like one of those open door things where you can come in and see the big dragon, for example. That's gonna be awesome. I cannot wait. Thanks for inviting us.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to see you in real life as well, bro.
Yes, man. And then in Chicago, we also have Crypto Coffee, where we see him. So many Hexicans all over the US. It's gonna be amazing.
Exactly, and a lot of help we are already receiving. So just check the map, and if you're near one spot, then please come in our chat and make some contacts with Barry from Las Vegas. It's at Rainmaker for real. So that's at Rainmaker, the number 4 and real. This is the main guy behind us who takes care about each and every workshop planning.
And at this point, we definitely have to make a shout out for freedomtv.info. They are our managers pretty much. They are managing every single
And
thing.
they are like pretty
all
good
the
at
locations,
their
all the
things.
merchandise, everything. Patrick and I, we couldn't do it by ourselves.
No chance.
Just because of the help of freedomtv.info, we are able to do that. And also, of course, because of the community, because everybody is stepping in, giving us information, helping us out with everything. I'm amazed by this community. Thank you, everybody.
Exactly. And okay, I don't see any further questions in the chat. So please be aware about crypto scams out there. Please only use one wallet for your Hex portfolio. And if you need to play around with other grab stuff, then please go ahead and make yourself a new wallet first. If you don't want to allow anything to connect to anything, you need to connect to go.hex.com. That's a prerequisite in order to stake. But this is a smart contract which is 3 times audited, where if you just show, okay, hex symbol, go.hex.com, then you are connecting with the right side. And still, go.hex.com don't needs any allowance from you in order to spend some of your hex. So you don't need to do any of this decentralized exchanges stuff. And on this address you can make your staking, and when you want to exchange and so on, you can still create yourself another wallet where you can interact with your main address, and only on this third one you swap your things, for example. So this is like high-end stuff, or you just allow and put the allowance back to 0 once you're done with your things. But as it comes to the Ethereum network, this will always be like $5, $10, $15, and that's why it's actually easier to just make a new wallet, fund your things you want to exchange to this wallet, do everything there, and don't touch your long-term staking wallet.
So we have a funny discussion between RGS and SigHex 148. They are talking about where CoinMarketCap places Hex crap, and normally they place us at 201, even though we should be on number 3. And the CoinMarketCap guys, they are actually smart guys as well. They have code that works. They know how to read the blockchain. So they have a code which normally would rank everything correctly. You know what they do? They go in manually and take Hex and put it there where they want to put it at 201. So it probably was SigHex. Hex was at the other place. Maybe you saw it at 8th place, and then they just took it manually and
yeah, but
being stupid, you know.
Still, then you say they know how to read the blockchain. Actually, they don't, because even at place 100 and 201, they are only able to show the right price, but they are still unable to show the correct circulating supply, the correct market cap derived out of it, and so on.
What I'm saying is they are smart guys, otherwise they wouldn't work in such a sector, but they are smart enough to be dangerous, and they are corrupt. And they put Hex down there by purpose so they can make money with scams. And this is just disgusting for me.
Yep.
So Crypto Learner, they could take the data from Etherscan.io. There is the ranking 3. Yes, you're 100% right. And I bet for a lot of coins they're doing that, but they, I don't know, want to gatekeep Hex. But this is the opportunity for us now to get over.
Exactly.
You know,
so just imagine what we achieved with under 50,000 active stakers. So now think about what we can do if we just 10x this number, what the price can do. Definitely more than 10x, I would say.
More than 10x, more than 48x. And, you know, Hex can go to $100. Just like Richard said, it can go higher than you can ever imagine.
Exactly. And with our road trip, we will start the magic carpet ride.
We're going to start the magic carpet ride. That's an awesome word for the end. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. And, man, I'm so grateful for the community we have. But we still need your help. So click on like, click on subscribe, and please click the bell. You really, really want to tune in on Thursday when we present the car, when we have great footage already. And there we have a great presentation and also a great guest, I guess.
Exactly. Yeah. So have fun in the next couple of days. Take care, guys. And we see each other in a few days with the next English stream. A bit later for your time than right now, because now we are outside the US, so we have more time to differential between us and you guys. But few days we're back in America, and then we have better time schedules as well for you. So until a few days, and
let's start the magic cupboard, right,
let's
guys?
start the magic cupboard, right? See you. All the best. Bye bye.